Who knows? My goodness. I've not had drop frames like that in a long time, folks. Can hear you fine? Okay. At least y'all can hear me. So yeah, we got 90 stuff, 87 movement, and 93 control against lefties, 78 fastball, 73 slider, 90 curveball, 77 changeup, 72 on the cutter as well, 93 stamina, 52 hold runners, ground ball pitcher, 93 to 95 miles per hour. Went 13-8 with a 2.88 ERA. Threw a complete game on July 12th against the Chicago White Sox. It's tied for the second highest strikeouts per 9 on the Cleveland staff. Lowest ERA and FIP among Cleveland starters as well. So there you go. Shane Bieber from the Cleveland Guardians in perfect team 23. Maybe go without the camera on. I don't think that'll help. Let's just do that and see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I think we are back stable in terms of the stream here, so we're just gonna need to stitch all that together, and then we'll get this up here. So here we go. All right, so there's Shane Bieber from the Guardians. Let's move on, and we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates coming up, and you know what? Their pitchers were something this year. Pitchers were something, but there was one guy in their pitching staff who was pretty darn good this year, and that, my friends, is 97 overall David Bednar from the Pittsburgh Pirates. 97 overall, 109 stuff, 96 movement, and 86 on the control. Little bit of reverse splits here on this one right here. 110 stuff, 97 movement, 87 control against lefties. 108 stuff, 95 movement, 86 control against righties. Fastball, curveball, splitter combo right here. 97 to 99 on the velocity, neutral ground ball to fly ball tendency here. He pitched very, very well for the Pirates this year. 45 games, 51 2/3 innings pitched, 2.61 ERA, 19 saves, 12 strikeouts per 9, and 2.8 walks per 9 out of that Pittsburgh bullpen. Led the bullpen in ERA, FIP, and strikeouts per 9. Fourth in Pittsburgh pitching WAR with 1.3. Yep, he was an all-star this year as well. Okay, I'm going to put face cam back on the screen, and hopefully this doesn't kill the stream. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, we're still stable. We're still stable. Good. Good, good, good. But yeah, David Bednar, I agree, PSBWB. He had a great season. He had a wonderful season. My goodness. So let's keep on going. There's David Bednar from the Pittsburgh Pirates in perfect team 23. Next up, we have the Minnesota Twins. And oh man, we could have gone with a lot of hitters here for the Minnesota Twins. Well, maybe a couple of them. But you know what? We had a little fun with this next card right here. And that, my friends, is 97 overall, Luis Arias from the Minnesota Twins. Look at that BABIP in contact right here. 103 BABIP, 31 power, 103 avoid K, 111 contact, 69 gap, and 71 on the eye. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at the blue in contact avoid K and BABIP right here. Whoo, Nelly. Whoo, Nelly. He can play first. He can play second. He can play third. He can play left. Qualified to learn shortstop right here. 76 range, 72 error, 63 arm, and 74 on the turn double play. 70 range, 65 error, and 59 arm in the outfield as well. This guy was your 2022 AL batting champ with a 316, 375, 420 slash line, 8 homers, 49 RBI, and a 130 OPS plus. Career high wins above replacement, 4.4 as well. So there you go. Luis Arias from the 2022 Minnesota Twins in perfect team 23. All right, next up, we're going to go through this quickly. We go to the Houston Astros for their pitcher card. And their pitcher card, oh my goodness, what a renaissance this guy had this year on the mound. One of my favorite pitchers of all time, 98 overall, Justin Verlander from the Houston Astros. 95 stuff, 90 movement, and 93 control on the year. 85 fastball, 85 slider, 78 curveball, 76 changeup, and 83 on the cutter. Very good against righties. A little bit okay against lefties there, but 97 stuff, 91 movement, 94 control against righties. 99 stamina, 61 on the hold runner. This guy was, oh man. 18-4 with a 1.75 ERA, a 2.20 ERA plus, 9.5 strikeouts per 9, 1.5 walks per 9. He was an all-star. Led the AL in wins. Led MLB in ERA. This guy, comeback player of the year. Lock it down right now. I'm predicting it right now. He led the MLB in ERA. Led MLB in WHIP with a .829. Tied for career low homers per 9. Holy cats. Justin Verlander from the Houston Astros. Oh man, this is an interesting pitcher card right here, not gonna lie. So there you go. Justin Verlander from the Astros in Perfect Team 23. All right, next up we go to the Toronto Blue Jays for their hitter card. And let me tell you, there were a lot of solid hitters for the Toronto Blue Jays this year. All right? Tons of solid hitters. But you know what? We might go a little bit off the beaten track for this one. And we go behind the plate for the Toronto Blue Jays. For our next card, it is 99 overall, Alejandro KIRK from the Toronto Blue Jays. 86 BABIP, 70 power, 96 avoid K, 103 contact, 71 gap power, and 80 on the eye. Defensively, not terrible. 90 catcher ability and 81 on the catcher arm. Oh man, I tell you, this was a tough choice here. You know, there were a lot of great hitters for Toronto, but this is a fun one right here. Not a whole lot of splits to take note of here. Only a couple point gap in power. Only a point gap in avoid K, contact, eye. That's not bad. And he can catch. And he can catch right here. So this guy could be a very fun diamond card for a lot of people. Hit 285, 372, 415 on the year, 14 homers, 63 RBI, and a 126 OPS plus. He was an all-star, and he can get on base here. 63 to 58. Oh man, I should flip the walks and Ks around on there, but well. 63 walks to 58 strikeouts, career high in wins above replacement, and defensive WAR as well. 4th on the Toronto Blue Jays in wins above replacement. Still a gorgeous card. I totally agree right here. Alejandro KIRK from the Toronto Blue Jays in Perfect Team 23. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 perfect cards for y'all tonight. And we start over in Milwaukee for their pitcher card tonight. And let me tell you, there's a lot of pitchers we could go with here for the Brewers pitcher. And the one that we went with for the pitcher card, y'all can probably guess who the topper card is going to be after we reveal this card. And that is 100 overall, Devin Williams from the Milwaukee Brewers. 155 stuff, 110 movement, and 72 control with a fastball, slider, and an absolutely nasty changeup. Nasty changeup right here. 157 stuff against righties, 152 stuff against lefties, over 100 movement against both lefties and righties with the ground ball pitcher. Now the control, definitely going to be a little bit of an issue. 14.2 strikeouts per 9, 4.5 walks per 9 during the regular season with a 1.93 ERA. Oh man. Had the lowest ERA and the second highest strikeouts per 9 in the Milwaukee bullpen. second only to Josh Hader, who got traded to the Padres at the deadline, led the team in FIP with a 201. So this guy kept the ball in the ballpark. Oh, man. This guy, really solid right here. Throws 95 to 97. He's going to be a solid one right here. All right, so there we go. Devin Williams from the Milwaukee Brewers in perfect team 23. All right, next up we go to the south side of Chicago for the Chicago White Sox. And their pitcher card coming up here is 100 overall, Dylan Cease from the Chicago White Sox. 100 overall, 147 stuff, 94 movement, and 81 on the control. Oh, man. 151 stuff against righties, 141 stuff against lefties, 95 movement against righties, 94 movement against lefties, fastball, slider, curveball, changeup combo. Oh, boy. A lot of stuff, some pretty good movement. Oh, man. He's going to strike out a lot of guys. He might walk a few guys, though. So that's something to keep in mind. Went 14-8 this year with a 2.20 ERA, a 1.80 ERA plus, 11.1 strikeouts per 9, 3.8 walks per 9. Led the team in wins and ERA. And he led the AL in pitching wins above replacement with 6.4. So this guy, probably one of the best pitchers in the American League this year. Lost a no-hitter with 2 outs in the 9th on September 3rd against Minnesota. You know, he gave up a hit to Louis Arias, who's like really darn good. So this guy, solid pitcher right here. Dylan Cease from the White Sox in perfect team 23. All right, next up, we go to the LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers. And, you know, there is a lot of good hitters for the Dodgers this year. This was one of them. Trea Turner, shortstop from the Dodgers. 93 BABIP, 73 power, 81 avoid K, 105 contact, 89 gap, and 62 on the eye. Solid contact hitting card right here. And kind of decent on defense as well. 96 range, 89 error, 88 arm, and 88 on the turnable play. He can run. He can run a bit too as well. 99 speed, 107 stealing, and 101 on the base running. Trea Turner, a solid year. Solid year for the Dodgers. 298, 343, 466 on the slash line. 21 homers, 100 RBI, 121 on the OPS plus. All-star. He was an all-star this year. Career high in RBI. 4th on the Dodgers in wins above replacement. 2nd highest defensive WAR on the team as well with 1.0. So he wasn't a terrible defender. This year. Plus, he can technically learn second base and a little bit of center field, but I wouldn't recommend it, by the way. There you go. Trea Turner from the Dodgers in perfect team 23. Next up, we go to your National League East champions, the Atlanta Braves. And we go to their pitcher card. Now, let me tell you, they had some solid pitching this year. But there were some but this guy was one of those dominant ones this year. And that was 100 overall, lefty Max Fried from the Atlanta Braves. 90 stuff, 110 movement, and 92 control. Oh, man, but look at the stuff against lefties here. 98 stuff, 120 movement, and 94 on the control. Fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, sinker combo right here. This guy is a movement machine. 92 stamina and 87 hold runners as well. He went 14-7 with a 2.48 ERA, a 2.70 FIP, 8.3 strikeouts per 9, 1.6 walks per 9. He was an all-star, finished third in the NL in ERA and pitching WAR and homers per 9, and he is a Gold Glove finalist as well at pitcher. So there you go, Max Fried from the Atlanta Braves in Perfect Team 23. All right, next up, we got 2 more cards to go, and we go to the St. Louis Cardinals. And we have, oh man, a great hitter card. Now, we could have gone either way with who the hitter card for this team is going to be. Oh man, this guy going to be solid right here for a lot of teams. And that is 100 overall, third baseman Nolan Arenado from the St. Louis Cardinals. 83 BABIP, 96 power, 93 avoid K, 110 contact, 91 gap power, and 74 on the eye. Look at the splits against lefties right here. 89 BABIP, 102 power, 96 avoid K, 118 contact, 98 gap, and 81 on the eye. And look at the defense at third. 98 range, 99 error, 103 on the infield arm, and 80 on the turn double play. This guy is a fun card right here. Whoo, Nelly. Whoo, Nelly. Nolan Arenado, solid year. 293, 358, 533 on the slash line, 30 home runs, 103 RBI, 154 in the OPS plus. He was an all-star, led the NL in position player WAR, 7th season in his career of 30-plus homers and 100 RBI. Oh, man. Oh, man. So there you go. Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals in Perfect Team 23. All right, next up, finally, we go to the New York Mets for their pitcher card. And let me tell you, there were a lot of pitchers we could have gone with here. We had a lot of pitchers we could go with here. And this guy, oh man, was a beast for the Mets this year in their starting rotation. And that, my friends, is 100 overall, Max Scherzer from the New York Mets. 133 stuff, 97 movement, 98 control, fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, and splitter. Changeup and cutter combo, I should say. Whoo, buddy. Whoo, buddy. 135 stuff against righties, 130 stuff against lefties, 95 movement against lefties, 98 movement against righties, control at 98 and 99. Oh, man. Oh, man. 84 stamina, 68 on the hold. Runners can throw 94 to 96. This guy, holy cow, is going to be dang good in a lot of rotations. 11-5 record this year, 2.29 ERA, a 1.69 ERA plus, 10.7 strikeouts per 9, and 1.5 walks per 9. Third on the New York Mets in wins above replacement, led the team in ERA and ERA plus, homers per 9 as well. Second in whip with a .908. So there you go, Max Scherzer. Big card right here to close it out tonight. Oh, man. Oh, man. So there you go. There's your 30. Oh, I don't know why it says Perfect Team Masters. But anyway, here are the 30 Topps cards that we have for y'all tonight. Man, this was fun. These are some fun cards right here that we're going to be putting in packs here right after the stream tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I hope y'all are too. And we're going to go ahead. And you know what? We don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to skip the tournament standings for tonight. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 178 of This Week in Perfect Team. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow night for the This Week in Perfect Team Friday Showdown. Have a good night, everybody. DishNet34 signing out. Have a great night, everybody.